Subscribe to Feminism in India for your dose of intersectional feminist content and make sure to hit the bell icon to get all the latest updates.
If I got money every time somebody tried to hijack a conversation about discrimination or violence against women by saying not all men, I would not need to be doing this job anymore. Even after prolonged discussions on why the not all men narrative serves no real purpose or brings about any tangible change, we still hear it cropping up in a lot of arguments. So today we are going to take a look at why saying this really doesn't help anyone. And please do note, here we're talking about cisgender men and not gender minorities. It absolves the larger system of any kind of accountability. When the phrase not all men comes up in conversation, it absolves the larger system of any kind of accountability and makes it about individual incidents. It's like saying not all men are bad, this was just about that one man. This makes violence against women feel like one-off incidents, and that's really not true. In 2019, the NCRB reported 32,033 rapes in India. That is 88 rapes in a day. And experts suggest that this could just be 10% of the real picture because so many cases end up going unreported. The problem with seeing cases of violence as one-off incidents is that the solution will also cater to that notion. Things like incarceration or extrajudicial killings or any other form of individual punishments will be meted out instead of doing something preventive. Maybe if we recognize that this is a larger systemic problem involving a lot of men, we could bring about changes in our education system or the larger attitude towards women. Not everything revolves around men and masculinity. When someone hijacks the conversation about gender-based violence, they're centering themselves in the survivor's narrative. Hearing about violence against women shouldn't push anyone to think that it's an attack on men. While women and other gender minorities are getting raped, attacked, murdered, harassed, beaten up, giving out nice guy certificates to some men is not that high on anyone's priority list. And also, this is a terrible way to gaslight survivors because it lessens and invalidates the lived experiences of so many minorities. It shows hollow activism. If the only time you talk about men getting raped or domestic violence is when the conversation is about violence against women, I hate to break it to you, but you don't really care about either of those issues. Talking about violence against men is equally important in its own right and not just as a scapegoat when women's issues are brought up. Both can be spoken about without eating into space for any other injustice. We can't ignore power structures. The thing about power structures, including patriarchy, is that those who benefit from it uphold it, even if they do so unintentionally or without malice. Violence against women is never about the act of violence alone. It's about the notions and perceptions that precede it and follow it. It's about the culture of violence that has been created. Lewd comments in the locker room, staring at a girl as she walks down the road, sexist jokes in your private WhatsApp chats, or just keeping silent when you see your peer engaging in bad behavior. The list goes on and on and on. Microaggressions like these always add up to discrimination and violence that women face. So if you've indulged in any of these behaviors, you've been an accomplice to crime. A few weeks ago, a 33-year-old named Sarah Everard from the United Kingdom was raped, murdered and killed at night as she was walking back home by a cop. When the news of her disappearance was reported, many took to the internet talking about the steps that they took personally to feel safer while they were out at night. Millions of women said that they felt unsafe. I will leave you with this thought. When those saying not all men hijack a conversation about gender-based violence, it's because their feelings are hurt. When women do it, it's because we don't know if we will be the next ones to be raped, murdered, or killed. And that is something to think about. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And make sure to subscribe to Feminism in India for your dose of desi intersectional feminist content.